and welcome to Daily Records. I'm Tommy Burton, and today's album is a bit of a controversial one, and I've seen it pop up a little bit on some of the YouTube, Facebook pages, and I wanted to talk about it, so I'm going to present it as today's Daily Record. This is the album by Canadian rock band Klaatu. Now, in the United States, and this is United States pressing, it was a self-titled album. It came out in August of 1976. It was recorded, I think it started recording in the early 1970s. But a lot of people know this album by its Canadian title, 3:47 Eastern Standard Time, EST. It's the same album. But like I said, Capitol Records put this out in the United States. And they just put it as a self-titled album. Now, here is the thing about this album that, that causes all the controversy. A lot of people thought that this may have been a secret Beatles album when it came out. I think a radio disc jockey had started making the comparison. I mean, the album was released, and from what I understand, just didn't have any legs. It was kind of sitting there and not doing anything. And this radio DJ picked it up and started playing a couple of cuts, and basically figuring out that this may be a secret Beatles album. There's no credits, no photos on the album itself, no songwriting credits. And so it added to the mystery, but there were also all of these clues within the album. The sun looks like the George Harrison. Ringo dressed from a character dressed as, Klaatu was from the film The Day the Earth Stood Still. He was alien emissary, Klaatu was. And so that's the connection there, is that they took their name from The Day the Earth Stood Still. There were all these, John Lennon had written that he'd seen a UFO, and so there were a connection to all of these to suggest it's Beatles. Down here in the roots of the album, it supposedly spells out Beatles. So there's all these sort of secret messages. The first track, which the Carpenters did, Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft, which is a very Beatles type song. It features the line, "We are your friends." But I hate to say it, after listening to it and finally finding this album and discovering it and being all enthralled with the idea that the Beatles could have reunited, I can honestly say if this were a Beatles album from the 70s, they really disappointed us. I know this band and this album has a lot of love, and it's a nice album, it really is, but it's not a Beatles album, and this album doesn't come close to being a mind-blowing experience. There's a couple of great songs on here. I love Calling Occupants, California Jam, True Life Hero is a fun rock song. But the song to me that really gives this any credence that it could be a Beatles album is Sub Rosa Subway. And I dare you to listen to the first minute of that track and swear that it's not Paul McCartney singing lead. That is the only track to me that sounds like it could remotely even be a Beatles song, because the lead vocal sounds exactly to me like Paul McCartney. It's very much kind of like that "Love Take Me Down to the Streets" thing from Role Models, the Wing song. It's a good imitation, and it's a fun song. I dig it a lot. But, as an album, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's essential listening. I think had the story behind it about the Beatles being reunited or being a secret Beatles album, it probably would have just fell under the radar and probably just be a collector's piece nowadays. But as it stands, it's a decent Canadian pop rock album. Like I said, I don't listen to it a whole lot, but I enjoy it okay when I do put it on. So Klaatu is today's Daily Record. Like, subscribe, comment, and share down below. I love interacting with you guys. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Check out my main channel, Tommy Burton's VC channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with another Daily Record.